Peace, peace, peace. First and foremost, man, hopefully the Most High in your house shall blessing your day. By His mercy, you are consumed. We're alive in the Most High in your house shall's body, too naturally alive, man. I want to get into this, man. We're going into, like, being one with the Most High in your house shall, and also, too, like, how, kind of going to, like, how, honestly, when people, like, a lot of people don't, like, kind of, it's just a really simple concept now to like think about I get it because what's been taught and what's been like going over, but really when we realize pretty much going to how the Most High Yahweh was the Most High, pretty much he was the living embodiment of the Most High, man, of the Father in the flesh, man. So he was a living embodiment of him. I'll never forget this. Like my brother said at my grandpa's funeral, he said, "Listen, I am Leroy Hammond. I'm the living," meaning that not that they're the same person. He said, "Listen, I'm the living embodiment of him." So that's one too, because I was looking at, because today's the 25th, and I was looking at some in Genesis 25 earlier. And we gonna get into that too, and also too how all judgment is given to the Son, all about being the firstborn, all given. It all ties in together, man. So we gonna get into this and real quick and in Genesis 25 real quick, man. Because let's grab this in Philippians real quick. No, Genesis. Let's go Genesis. Let's do it decently in order. Genesis chapter 25 and in verse 5, it says, "And Abraham gave all that he had unto Isaac." So see, isn't to his son, right? To the son of the promise. So see, even if you're not, even though technically, physically, naturally, he wasn't, Isaac's, Abraham's firstborn, but spiritually he was. This is all goes back to the beginning with Cain and Abel. Abel being son of the promise. Ishmael, Isaac being son of promise, Jacob and Esau, which is in the same chapter. So we see this, he tells you from the beginning, he tells us, he tells us from the beginning how things are gonna go. Even that's precursor to what all Israel is not Israel. So it's the same. We dealing with the same God, man. So it's the same type of deal. But that's how he said, and Abraham gave all that he had unto Isaac. So see, that's why let's get this John chapter 5 real quick, man. That's why even the story of Solomon and David and Solomon, that's why how Yahushua is coming in the volume of the book, man. He's like that actor playing multiple roles. I've ever seen him play or movies like that with actors playing multiple roles. We see it in the Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Martin. They do it we seen this time and time again, man. They're playing. Shoot, we just seen it with Sinners, with this recently. So yeah, we see that, man. But that's just his witness and his testimony, of the gospel, man. That's just a witness of him, a foreshadow of him to come. That's why I said I came not to destroy but fulfill the whole book that was written of me. But yeah, the whole even David and Solomon thing, man. That was really the Most High in house, man. It's the same type of deal, man. Because it knows how David that David left his enemies to his son to Solomon to kill them. So yeah, just the Most High doing with Yahushua, man, in his second coming, man. That's is what it is. So yeah, man. But notice how I said even with Pharaoh and Joseph, man, he gave him he was equal to him in everything, but just not in throne. But what did Pharaoh say to him? Only in throne you'll be greater than I'll be greater. Yes, but anyway, man. But let's get to John chapter 5 verse 22. It says, "For the Father judges no man, but he hath committed all judgment unto his Son." So see, exactly. So this is how Abraham gave. Let's go back to Genesis 25. Abraham given everything he had unto Isaac. Yeah. So Genesis 25 and 5. And Abraham gave all that he had unto Isaac. So see, yeah, same thing, same type of deal, man. So tell you the end from the beginning, man. So. That's why, even his force. That's why, him giving us power for his sons and daughters are the firstborn, man. That's why he said, "I'm going to give y'all everything, man. The rich, the inwardly, the spiritual riches of the kingdom inwardly, then the physical kingdom, man. The knowledge, wisdom, understanding, my spirit, anything, man. That's what it is. That's really what we should be asking for, man. So what Solomon asked for, that's what he means by in John and also other places when he say, "Ask for anything in my name, I'll give it to you." But yeah, man, that's just let's get to Philippians, man. So now we see why, it says, he thought himself not be equally to be robbed to be equal to his father, man. Like, it says Philippians chapter 2 verse 6. It says, who being an informer of Yahweh thought it not to be equal to Yahweh. So yeah, man. Exactly, because he was living by me. Of course, even Yahweh said himself, my father is greater than me. I can do nothing but without the father. So like we know that, like, it's the same thing. The whole we talked about this in the past. Shout out to brother send me firstborn for pointing out other stuff out, man. But yeah, it's that same ordeal right there, man. So it says Philippians 2 and 6. It says, whom being in the former Yahweh thought not equal to make him equal, thought it not robbery to be equal with Yahweh. So yeah, man, because he was the living embodiment of the Most High, man. So Yahweh was the living embodiment, man. Just like Abraham gave everything, to Isaac, man, and like even with Joseph and Pharaoh, man, like he only in throne he was greater. It's the same ordeal, man. But also too, man, he tells you that from the beginning. But also too, man, I can get it naturally, man. Most of us, even myself, me and my pops, my father never gave, like, but really, honestly, you give him the word. Honestly, he passes, like Joel says, pass the word down to your sons, man. Honestly, to your children and your children's children. But of course, you pass it down to your son. But like also too, like even not, of course, more of the material, you like a man should pass down his knowledge, wisdom, understanding. No matter what measure he has it to his children, man, to his son, man. So, but a lot of us, even just like not even just resources, most of us didn't have. And some of us, brothers and sisters did, but our brothers didn't have fathers that did it. Even I can't say that my father instilled into me a lot of things, man. My pops did, but just things like like as far as inheritances and stuff like that, because that's what in Genesis he passed down too. He gave a field inheritance, his riches, like his natural riches to Isaac. Most of our fathers, stuff like that, didn't have that. But let's get it why, man, because it's like it was kind of, but it's understandable, especially now, man. Let's get this Baruch chapter 3 and 8. Baruch chapter 3 verse 8. It says, behold, we are yet in this day our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject unto payments and to according to iniquities of our fathers, and departed from the Lord our God. So see, yeah, plus in this captivity, man, this estate, man, of course you're gonna be subject to payment financially. You're gonna be struggling. So a lot of times too, like there is brothers in the word, like even brothers, even because don't get twisted too, because if a man has no sons, he can still pass things down to his daughters. I mean, because that we see that in Numbers 27. But like there's certain people that they parent pass in the word and outside the word, they pass down their if they have land, they pass it down to their children. An old co-worker of mine, her family had something like that in Virginia, like or the houses or things of that nature. Sometimes that happens, man. Because I'm saying it in totality, because not saying that we all just don't have it. No, it happens a lot, man. I met some brothers and sisters inside the word, outside the word, that pass things down like to their children, the natural resources. But more importantly, like let's get to Joel chapter 1 verse 3. But yeah, man, that happens. But for the most part, that's why I'm saying that. But let's grab Joel chapter 1 verse 3 real quick. Joel chapter 1 verse 3, he says, tell your children of it. Let your children tell their children, and children tell another generation. Yeah, this word is supposed to be passed down, man. Honestly, man. Shoot. Just like, because, man, like, I was actually watching Brother send me firstborn yesterday, one of the older classes. He said, listen, just like how Jordan's is passed, something like Jordan's is passed down for a player that doesn't have been played in 30-some plus, 20-some plus years. Like, just like in, like, 2045, they're going to be wearing Jordans more than likely. This kingdom, if this society is still around, Michael Jordan, if he might be still alive, or he might be passed away by then. I don't know. But, like, they just like that's going to be passed down just because, like, previous generations wore them. Just how this word is supposed to be passed down. But anyway, man, hopefully this is edifying, man. I was kind of looking at that earlier. I thought it was interesting, man. So much love to y'all brothers and sisters. So yeah, shoot, peace.